July, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Boston Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
Good evening, Nation's Corner family, friends and fans. John in South Jersey here, and welcome to yet another edition of the Nation's Corner. And I don't have my usual cast of unusual characters with me this evening because they're all busy doing other things. But I do have with me my brother from another mother, all the way from Monrovia, via the Long Island Expressway. He is Mongrovian Mike. What's up?
What's up, my brother? How's it going? Ready for a busy weekend leading up to a busy week of wrestling?
Yeah. Like the joiner said, this is the biggest 8 days coming up, kind of starting today in all of pro wrestling. Everybody has everything going on over the next 8 days. Every major organization, every independent, everything and anything pro wrestling is happening starting tonight and moving forward all the way to next Monday night. A lot to go over, Mike. So let's start with SmackDown last night. The penultimate SmackDown before, obviously, everything kicks off in Vegas. We are on the last turn, heading into the home stretch of the road to WrestleMania. Everybody is now looking west, heading toward Vegas this week, and all of the festivities and events going on there. I still don't know what to think of all this with Pat McAfee. I'm not sure where the angle is or what it is. It certainly isn't doing anything to spice up the match. The match itself has been and originally was something very good. You have Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. And I can't help but think, and it's almost too little too late, this has to be a money grab for tickets, especially after the quote-unquote big announcement that Pat McAfee made on the show last night. You know, now what about all the people that just want Sunday tickets? They shit out of luck, or, I mean, I like Dodge Ram trucks as much as the next guy, and great that you're giving this money off, but really, are we at that point?
It's like what they told Flounder in the Animal House. You fucked up. You trusted us.
Yeah, it seems like it now, and chatter, of course, because IWC gonna IWC has been absolutely all over the place. Yeah. So you can't really even gauge. I mean, yes, we're still going to watch. Yes, we're still going to be tuned in and see how everything absolutely plays out. And of course, even now more so, the Raw after Mania is looking to become very important to see what continues and what stories are continuing post Mania. And we always get that, but now we're, really, I am anyway, scratching my head like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, John, I'm old school. I'm going to say I understand. We all understand with the celebrity angle for these big, these big to-do pay-per-view events that WrestleMania has always been that way. So we understand that. But
yeah,
if there was one match that didn't need anything to added to it, really, would be the Orton Cody Rhodes match, since the history, unless you brought someone in that was pertinent to their story. And God knows we heard about 10 hours at least of discussion of who it could be, who it should be on with Busted Open and all of that. Right. And between ourselves too, just everybody,
And it's one of the things.
Nobody was right.
None of us. Nobody had Pat McAfee on their bingo.
Nobody had McAfee on it, no,
at all. But here we are, and it's like, okay, he's here. I just don't. You know me. I'm the what's next or where are they headed?
Yeah.
And I ain't got a good read on where this is going. Are they trying to make this the second coming of the evil empire, like we've seen in the past, where you have the authority being TKO, and we're going to have wrestlers standing up against a la Stone Cold against the authority and all that? Is this where we're going? I
don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's another thing. For those who don't know, Randy Orton Jr. was not in the Attitude Era. He was still in high school.
And again, it's just a lot of questions. A lot of questions. I hope that they answer going into, especially coming out of this weekend, because now you have the go home Monday Night Raw coming up this Monday. You want to tell me that they're going to have somebody come out and say there's 40% off Sunday tickets because the match is Punk and Roman? I mean, it's I don't know.
It's worked out to be really, really SmackDown. The SmackDown before and the Raw after are all part of the deal anyway. Usually, if you had the scratch, you would ideally go to all four. I mean,
right.
You see the people where you see the people that will go to every single one of those events and do the VIP thing, and so they had to sell a kidney.
Little Dirty, you got it right. Everybody gets a coupon.
There we go.
Everybody gets a coupon. A coupon. But you have to watch just to see how this is all going to work out. And will we like it? I don't know. Will we hate it? I don't know.
We're going to love the match, but hopefully it's not going to be. I mean, it already looks like you're going to have McAfee is going to interject himself into the match too.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to deal with that.
We
don't need it, but yeah.
I mean, at this point, we could complain or praise it all we want. It's not going to change. Like I said, we are in the home stretch.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton. We're gonna have a smile on our face for that match. And how long in the making,
Yeah. And it's not that I'm not. If you look at the way the cards are set up for both Saturday and Sunday, man, it's solid top to bottom, despite all the shenanigans and everything else, man.
Yeah.
And I almost don't want to say it, but I really believe this. As much as I was looking forward to both main events on both nights, I'm looking forward to the most now Brock versus Obafemi.
Yeah.
That is going to be
that's going to be
to be something.
I'll say something right. I'll say something right now. If New Orleans didn't get okey doked on this WrestleMania deal, and this was WrestleMania in New Orleans this year, there's a good chance that a whole bunch of a lot more people from our crew would be going.
Sure.
And there's a big chance that I think that it would have been sold out,
or at least better ticket sales,
or at least it would have been $50,000 a night, no problem.
Sure.
And that's just what I think, and because. And sure, will they be less asses in seats, or will they make more money because of all the ticket prices? Yes,
right.
And that's why.
And that's how they'll spin it. Oh, it's our biggest
Stone Cold
grossing.
said, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and that is the bottom line. It's going to be, they can spin it anywhere they want. It's how much money did they make, and
I mean, the story. We've seen people walk in those stores and just lay out those cards, and walk out with some belts and stuff. So
I've said this
they'll
before,
make
but when Mania 40 was here in the Philadelphia area, a bunch of us were here, and we went through WWE World that day, and the single biggest line, bar none, single biggest line was for the replica belts that started at 250 and went up, and into the thousands. That's thousands, and they were legitimately 4 or 5 lines, 10 more or more deep, just to get a belt.
Yeah.
So
it's insane. It's insane.
It's absolutely insane. But we have a lot to talk about because
that's it. Because there's actually a hell of a lot. There's a lot more that we're all excited about besides the actual 2 days of WrestleMania.
Yeah, and we'll get to that because we'll get to that. But let's get to what's tonight.
Tonight, yes, and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow, we'll start off with this. Right when we go off, TNA is presenting Rebellion. One of their signature pay-per-views. This is a $40 one, but again, well worth it. And I hate the fact that TNA is making headlines for other reasons other than the wrestling. But folks, don't discount it. Their owner may seem like a jackass, but don't discount the wrestling and the performers on the card. They always go all out and always put on a hell of a pay-per-view show with lots of everything that is good about wrestling. And this is no different. It's worth the $40. Put it that way. You'll come away with it saying this was worth it.
That's right.
And, but just to bring it back real quick, you look at this card and you're like, it seems like there may be a couple sleepers. There may not be. Again, it's hard not to get involved in some of the outside politics of it, but I have trust in Tommy Dreamer and Hunter Johnson that they're going to book and have a good show, and we know their performers are top notch. So
we're gonna find out tonight when we see how well receptive. Carlos Silva is not going to get a Santino pop. I'll tell you that friggin' much. I'll predict that much. Carlos Silva, especially if he sits there with the stupid baseball cap on and sits there in the front row or wherever he does next to the broadcast table, he's going to get a lot of heat. He would get heat from me if I was anywhere in his earshot. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's to blame. Everybody wants to blame the big dog and all that, but I don't even think they were even sweating anything.
I don't. Again, IWC good at IWC. Everybody's like, oh, they're just showing that they're WWE puppets.
Why would WWE care about two people that are not contracted to them? Why would they even give two shits? They don't.
Right. And the bottom line is it's not a great look, but it doesn't even really hurt Carlos Silva or TNA for that matter.
No, it does.
Or Tony Khan and AEW. What it hurts, of course, is the one thing we don't want it to hurt, and that's the talent. And as much as I think MJF is just an out-and-out asshole sometimes, he was absolutely right in his rant. Why are you taking money out of guys and gals' pockets? Why are you taking food out of their mouths or food on their table or how they pay their expenses or pay their way so they can be professional wrestlers?
And now also on the flip side too, I'll just say this, John. We were looking forward to, I'm going to that. We were looking forward to the match between Nick and MJF. Of course, who wouldn't want to see a match like that? Who wouldn't want to see that? Two guys that aren't in the same, organization, and they're going to have a match now at a small place in Melville, Melville on Long Island. It's inconsequential. It's not going to hurt anything storyline wise because I don't think they would have done anything. And besides that, I've seen that place sell out, pack out with just MJF making an appearance there. So
sure. You know,
it's Melville. It's 2 towns away from where the fucking guy grew up. Trust me, that show was gonna sell out no matter what because MJF was there and because Creator Pro pretty much sells out. You know, they've been putting on friggin' ass kicking shows, and they're not an independent organization. They're a fucking school. They train. Most of the people we're gonna see on that match that day are students of Brian Myers.
Yeah.
And
Pat Buck. Yeah.
And Pat Buck.
Yep.
And now it's turning out that it's going to be Bear Bronson, a Creator Pro alum, you know, Creator Pro student and graduate and teacher there. And it's going to be Nick Nemeth. So it could have worked out to that angle anyway at this show. It could have worked out where he could have fucked up. You know what I mean? Being whatever. So there was nothing that would have embarrassed anybody anywhere at any promotion.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a shitty deal all the way around. It's shitty for people that wanted to go and bought tickets already for it. Now they're going to see, you know, pivot and change to something else. Yes, Nick will still be on the show, obviously. Yes, MJF is still going to be on the show, but, you know,
and it's still going to be a great show. We're going to have the system there. I'm looking at him right now on the pre-show. We're going to have the system. The entire system is going to be there. So forget about it. It's going to be some show. Kaz is going to be there.
You know, and brother rate and everything else aside, man, Creator Pro gets the talent for a local, you know, and I hate to call them indie.
Money. Yeah, this is how they make some money. They got they put their merch tables up, these people, and you know, and you support them and
sure.
And you know, don't think that they're millionaires just because they're on friggin' TV.
We're learning that more and more, especially the way contracts are being structured now. It's, you know, guaranteed money doesn't guarantee Easy Street. You know, it's a very crowded field right now, and not everybody gets that top dollar amount. You know,
which is why they allow their talent to wrestle at certain places, barring a few, you know, obviously contractually. That's probably what pisses off people the most is that they approved it, put it out, sold out the place, and then got it taken away.
Right, and that's
more. Of course, it would have sold out. They said, "Hey, Nick Nemeth's going to be here, MJF's going to be here."
Yeah.
You didn't have to announce a match. It sells it sells out just by saying that. Hey, Frankie Kazarian's going to be at the next show.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle's going to be at the next show. Whoever it is puts asses in seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love Creator Pro. You see it.
Yeah. So you have TNA Rebellion at the top of the hour.
Yes.
And also you have, changing gears yet again, we have the Go Home show.
Go home.
To Collision. Because Dynasty is tomorrow night. And again, I don't expect a whole lot out of this. Like any other Go Home show, it's more of a setup and all that for tomorrow night, and rightfully so. Nobody wants to get, you know, injured the night before a pay-per-view. So, but again, I have a feeling that AEW, and for all the people that say AEW doesn't tell stories and does GFY, I'll just get that out of the way right now. They do, and usually you have a surprise or two on the Go Home show that leads into more interest into the show coming up tomorrow night. Which, Deb in her graphics, why does she make that so small? Oh, because there isn't one for that. But we have Dynasty, and well, since it's tomorrow night, Mike, why don't we just go through that card?
Let's do it.
As soon as I can figure out where I want to go. Let's start with this one. That always seems to gather a lot of interest in the Casino Gauntlet match. And who's going to be in it and who's going to be a part of it. We always get a surprise or two.
Always a surprise, yes.
My thought, and I'm going to thank Deb, who may or may not be here. She's enjoying wrestling and hockey tonight. But I kind of agree with what she said when I thought about it. I think we see the return of the natural Dustin Rhodes tomorrow night in the Casino Gauntlet.
Okay.
Which I think would be cool. He's back from his knee surgeries and has healed and recovered and has been showing some videos and dropping some hints on social media that he's ready to come back.
Yeah.
And at least give it one more run. Who knows how much more he has.
Hey, listen, his dog's bringing home gold. He's got to bring home gold. You can't just have the dog, the family pet, bringing home the gold.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So I'm very curious now. I have to look again. Is there stakes to this one?
So that's right. A surprise. That's a surprise return. Well, the gauntlet match is what? Is that where they get the chip?
No. This one is for, it was originally, but now since Kyle Fletcher is out with injury, it's now going to be for the TNT Championship. So we'll have a new champion coming out of that as well. Or instead of having the chip, which I think is cool because now we're back to a wide open field for a title.
Wide open.
And a lot of previous winners and title holders are in it, i.e. Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes.
And I believe Mark Briscoe.
You gotta have Briscoe in it, yeah.
Well, you have to. You have to have Mark Briscoe on every card. Because it's Sandy Ford on Delaware. But again, it sucks that Kyle Fletcher's hurt, but it's a good way to pivot and get a story going with a new champion. So,
and it was entertaining seeing Callis say, "Do it for Kyle."
Yes. Do it for Kyle.
Do it for Kyle. He's laying on his deathbed. He's got to. What did he do? What did he do? What did he injure?
I'm not sure.
But he's not on his deathbed. He's not on his deathbed. With like the verticulitis,
right? Yeah, no, he's not. He's not hooked up.
Yeah, he doesn't have tubes snaked down his throat. Yeah,
right. Yeah, but we're doing it for Kyle. And you're just your weekly reminder, folks. Fuck Don Callis.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Where do I want to go from here?
He is gold on that on the commentary, though. He really is. He does come up with some good ones.
Yes. We'll go to this one next, just because it's probably the newest addition to the Dynasty card.
Okay.
And again, I think the more important thing is that we have Chris Jericho back in wrestling, period.
Yes.
He's back and back in AEW, and that's really the whole story start and finish. That Jericho is back, looks phenomenal. He is definitely, you can tell he's been out performing with Fozzy because he's not in wrestling shape. He's on stage every night shape. He looks fantastic. I think it's a good match for him to kind of get his feet wet again and get back into the wrestling scene. I'm not a fan of Ricochet himself, but I love the gimmick. This, swarmy asshole heel gimmick that he has is absolutely working for him.
He always loved the little shit with the two big bruises behind him. The little shit talks all his shit. And he's got the two big guys, but sooner or later, those two big guys are gonna squish him. They're gonna squish him like the cream between
I cannot wait. I just like Stokely got yeeted out of his fucking wheelchair. I can't wait to see what they do to Ricochet when the Gates of Agony finally turn on.
But that's down the line. That's down the line. Though.
Yeah,
this is going to be a good match, and
it's going to be a good match, fun match. And it's a nice way to bring Jericho back into the fold because he's going to stir something up along the way. That's what he does. And I'm, again, curious to see where they go after that. Now, this one, I really like.
Okay.
Because, not so much because it's the Young Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita, is tomorrow night, the night we see that things really just break down and come flying apart for the Don Callis family, and Takeshita and Okada finally just say F you, no F you, and go at it.
They're not. It's not go good. I understand what Callis was trying to say is that, it's a team, everybody doesn't have to love each other, but this is
and I think that tomorrow night
this goes
is
a lot deeper.
I think tomorrow night is the night that both Okada and Takeshita look at each other and say, I've had enough of your shit.
Yeah. And Cain and Abel were family too. And
and again, it's a great match. The Bucks are still at a very high level and always deliver in a pay-per-view no matter what.
I'll say this as someone who's not, they're not my cut. They weren't my cup of tea. They've upped their game now. That I think it's not just 10,000 super kicks. It's it's still flashy and a lot of moves, but they're telling stories.
Yeah,
which is what you want. They're drawing you in, which is what I want. Which goes back to the GFY, to people that say they don't tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do they finish stories sometimes? But we've always had these problems with wrestling,
right?
Or
no.
Whatever.
I get it. Now, my next one is actually, it's my pick for match of the night. I can't wait to see these two badass bitches get in and beat the living hell out of each other. Yes. This is going to be a gooder. A real gooder.
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Well, we don't have to.
Now, my good friend. I can't wait to meet her one day.
But
she's going to choke me out. She's either going to give me the mother's milk or she's going to laugh. I don't know.
You're going to be chewing on some socks. But I love that match just because not so much that it's two badass women being featured, but I love it for Alex Windsor, who has been kind of trying to find her footing, especially in AEW. Besides the fact that she's Mrs. Ospreay. And she's a very good wrestler. I love the Brawling Birds with her and Jamie Hayter. And I think
it's perfect together. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think her getting a featured singles match like this with arguably the toughest woman, bar none, in AEW. And I just can't wait to see, because, Alex Windsor is no pushover. She's not a girly girl. She likes to fight. And I think they're going to put on a fantastic match. And when it's done, we're going to be like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah, that's going to be, as the kids say, it's going to be a banger.
Yes. So got that. Now, here's one. This next one, I like it, but I'm not sure what it's about. And this is one time that for me, I'm not quite sure where AEW is going with this, other than to put these two on the card, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's see. We enjoy derby matches, and we enjoy. I'm enjoying this iteration of Andrade.
I am too. I'm
liking the selfies and.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say I'm not quite sure, Darby has said recently, almost every time he's either interviewed or says anything with a promo, his eyes are on the AEW World Championship, which, okay, always be on the trace to be the top guy. But, I don't quite understand. He's on Andrade, and Andrade supposedly has some sort of deal going where he's going to get a shot at MJF because of his involvement with Don Callis and all that. I'm a little confused on where this is going or how this works out, other than it's a match, and I guess the winner gets to move towards making a run at the belt. But yes, Andrade is still probably one of the best bell-to-bell wrestlers you will ever see. And I'm glad that he's finally getting somewhere and getting some traction with this iteration. And I agree with you 100%. It's been fun. And Darby is Darby. Darby is just a sick ragdoll, absolutely fearless and doesn't care. And
he's like one of those dollar play toys I give my dogs, man. And they just rip it apart, throw it around, and it just flops around.
Don't care.
That's him flopping around.
And
that might be why he doesn't get injured, man, because he's actually like a rubber band. He's like those remember those little slime things or whatever you throw on the wall and they stick to the wall and then they just crawl. That's right. Him. He sticks to it. He doesn't. Yeah. He bounces off of shit. He sticks to it. He doesn't like nothing. He's impervious. I mean, what the hell? Guy's going to a Broadway show to meet a friend. He gets hit by a bus and he still makes it to the show. I mean, it's his life. Yeah. No, he climbed Mount Everest. I mean, that right there. People die. You climb Mount Everest, you walk past frozen dead bodies that are still there. You walk past these people that never made it. Right. Yeah, they were all highly motivated individuals that died on that mountain. Yeah, I mean, the guy's just like, oh, yeah, hey, videotape me. I'm bungee cording off the side of a cliff. And well, whatever. Okay, Yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see where it goes. John, me and you have a problem making it to the bathroom from our bed. You're absolutely right. We're like we say, we do a Hail Mary when we make it safely. I make a deal with myself. Look, just get me to the bathroom. But from the bed to the floor and then to the bathroom, and I'll be okay if I don't make it all the way to the bathroom. Just let me make it to the floor. Yeah, don't let me hurt anything else while I do this. All right, we are into now the championships for Dynasty, and we'll start off with this one. Which one? That one for the AEW Tag Team Championship. A recently returning Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus the defending champs FTR with Stokely Hathaway. I really like this match. Yeah. I think it's about time that Cope and Christian got back together as a tag team and had some gold to go with it. Yeah. And the thing that I like about it is that Cope didn't turn heel and Christian didn't really turn face. Yeah. They're just, and they're just like it's we all have this, I'm sure it's me with you. People go, oh, that guy's an asshole. Yeah, but he's my asshole. My asshole. That's right. That and we all have one of those friends. They may not know it that they're the asshole, but they're our asshole. Yeah, but we know it. Yes. And just to show that especially Christian Cage isn't relying on the same old gimmick and everything. We're now on the mothers. We're off of Zed fathers. Now we're on the mothers. Yeah. Now he's going after the mothers. So no mother is safe anymore, which I guess kind of makes sense. He's still wearing the turtleneck like a douchebag. But when the one a couple of weeks ago when Renee got them outside and then Cope said, anyone that's in our way, is in trouble, and then Cage goes and grabs Renee. No, Renee's not in the way. Renee's not. She's not in the way.
But it's again, it's so great. It's one of them things that they've both been gone for a while, and it's absolutely, for me anyway, it's absolutely absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like,
and this is what people wanted from the beginning when we saw the day we heard Edge's song, Hope's song, the day we heard that, all anybody said was, "Oh my God, when are we going to get when are we going to get them together again?"
And despite Go Fuck Yourself and all that, we were always hoping that eventually they would come around and get back together, and here we are. So,
and there we are.
And and FTR is an absolute staple and probably the standard as far as tag teams are, especially in AEW, if not all of wrestling. But I'm not really liking this title run for them. And it's not particularly their fault, but it's kind of hard to deny that the defenses and all that haven't been great or haven't been what we were used to. Now but this match has all those underpinnings and backstory to make it real good. And I think it's time for them to say, okay, let's drop the belts and switch to new champions and let Christian and Adam Copeland run with it for a while. But,
and Stokely's another one. Like I always said, he's just entertaining, but it's always like, why is he with FTR? I don't get it, but whatever. Because you just wait for him to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, basically.
He's like that concierge guy on TNA.
Yes,
you're just waiting for him to get
somebody just to punch him dead in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Banger alert.
Okay.
Banger alert. For the AEW Women's Championship, she hits hard, and I'm definitely sipping on haterade and have for a long time.
Wait.
What? There it is.
I'm drinking the haterade.
Taking on Lizzie Snow's European cousin, otherwise known as the Toxic Spider, your AEW Women's Champion, Tekla. Again, much like the Marina and Alex Windsor match, this is going to be brutal. Both these women do not give a single fuck about anything, especially Tekla being champion. Talk about a rocket ship ride that she's been on since debuting, and she has absolutely lived up to every bit of the hype that she got and had gotten.
Can we give some shine to these? There's singles, but there's also tag teams. But the women's division in AEW has been kicking it up a notch. I know we all have our favorites. I still think. I think my favorite women's division right now is NXT, but there's still just each brand, and the top dog, both SmackDown and Raw, they're the lackluster ones for me with the women right now. Right now, I'm looking at, and AEW has just been kicking friggin' ass with the women. I mean, you got Megan. What's the way? I'm sorry. What is her tag team partner's name?
Linda Cross, the Divine Dominion.
Yeah, Divine. Those two. Are
your current women's AEW tag team champion.
You have Willow. You have Willow, the TNT, the TBS champ. You got you got Harley Cameron. You got it. We haven't heard from Mercedes Moné, but but all these other women, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor and Marina Shafir. I mean, it's just Tekla and the what do they call themselves?
The Triangle of Madness.
The Triangle of Madness. Yes, I mean Sky Blue and Sky Blue's been kicking ass since she got busted open and. And it's just they're just killing it. And
I'm really glad to see this that we are talking about the AEW women's division in the absence of the biggest, one of the biggest, definitely the biggest women's star, but the biggest star in the company in Toni Storm.
Yes. And they're making that a good angle too. Like it's going to be a whodunit. So
yeah,
please.
Well, we all know who did it. The juice is
TK,
loose.
please forget the squirrel over there. Forget that. Forget it. Bo. Think about it. Focus, and don't go too fast.
Yeah. But
think about baseball. Think about baseball. Think about your grandmother.
Do the alphabet backwards.
My grandmother naked.
But again, it shows how good the division is that they're able to command so much attention in the absence of their biggest star.
Yeah, and you're telling, and once again, you're telling stories. You don't know. Yeah. Is it Tekla that took her out?
Right.
Is it?
Well, we all know what happened. But
who done it? We love a good who done it.
We all do. All right. I don't want to. I said we were in the championships, but I want to mention this one, though it isn't a championship, but it is a big deal. This match.
Yes.
Of course, Jon Moxley, leader of Death Riders, taking on a returning to pay-per-view Will Ospreay, who has come back from successful neck surgery, looks fantastic, is moving around the ring like he hasn't lost a step.
Yes.
Absolutely. And he has been dead set focused on ruining the Death Riders. Going as far as making a trip back to his old stomping grounds in New Japan Wrestling and acquiring the services of some old friends in the former faction that he was once ahead of, Crowns Up for the United Empire, to help him, because he had said, I have friends. I may not have friends here, but I have friends, talking about AEW, and went to New Japan and made an appearance, and now he has the United Empire on his side to help him in this battle against the Death Riders. And it's been going along. He's had a match with Pac. He's had run-ins and everything, but this is the first time he's getting his hands on Moxley one-on-one.
Yes.
And this is going to be, again, we always say it, AEW always puts on fantastic matches for pay-per-views. This is no different. And again, I love a match that has real stakes to it and a real, sink your teeth into type of story that has nothing to do with a belt.
Which is good because this is, no matter what Jon Moxley rambles about in his promos, it isn't just business.
I'm sorry. It is. I keep forgetting that, and I hate myself for that. It is for the Continental Championship. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is for the Continental Championship.
Yes.
Okay, because I was confused. I thought Moxley had to fight himself in the championship thing.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to understand that tournament.
That's why I keep forgetting that he is the champion.
I could have.
It's almost as bad as that national championship. It's almost as easier to figure out than that national championship, but that's another story. But again, this is going to be, and any other pay-per-view, that's a main event. Moxley versus Ospreay is a main event.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
That we've heard, other people have their opinions on it and everything. I'm kind of old school. I would have rather waited for Ospreay and have him question, am I ready to get back? Whatever. I didn't have to see him have these matches, and regardless of what people think, I mean, we know the guys that he wrestled, but they were inconsequential, really. It was good to see it. I would have liked to see the first time that they touched each other be tomorrow.
Right.
But either way,
we're getting it, and it's here.
We're gonna get a friggin' we're gonna get a killer match. We're gonna get a killer day of wrestling. You know, I mean it literally a day. I'm sure it's
and
because you know everybody's going to get their shit in. So
exactly, and that leads us up to which presumably is the main event for tomorrow night, and of course we're talking about the best bout machine, Kenny Omega versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the AEW World Championship, the most prestigious belt in all of wrestling.
The Triple B.
The Triple B. And that is MJF saying that. Although I'm sure others have said it too. Possibly Sports Illustrated, but I'm not sure. I can't quote them. But again, I was very interested in this beginning just because the AEW, especially the world title picture, when you had so many guys continually involved.
Hold on, wait, this just in. Kenny Omega just ended his promo.
But I was very excited for this because there were a lot of really top guys involved with the AEW World Championship. All have a legitimate shot. You know, we just had Hangman Page. You have Swerve Strickland. You had, you know, eventually Will Ospreay was going to come back, and he was going to be in that picture. We're not there yet, but you knew it was coming. I was very surprised.
That to me is who has to be when they get to Wembley. When they get to Wembley Stadium, I mean, there's nobody I could think of to be going up against MJF if he's still holding the title by then.
Yeah,
but
you know,
go ahead.
But and I was very surprised that kind of Kenny, not that he didn't deserve it, and not that he didn't earn it. I was very surprised that Kenny was the one to kind of win the race for right now to get the shot at MJF. And it's one of them things, you know, let's face it, Kenny has had health issues. You know, the diverticulitis, you know, besides, you know, how much he said he's healed, the man lost 2 feet of his intestine. And like all of us, Father Time is undefeated. Kenny is not getting any younger. And he's never really had a legitimate run at or a run as AEW champion. And it's hard to go put anybody against MJF right now because he is that good in ring and out of ring. But it really kind of makes sense if they're going to switch it up. It's a very real possibility that we have an and new tomorrow night. And I
wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, if Kenny Omega walks away, I definitely wouldn't be surprised at that. That's And you're right. You know, down the line, do they want just, you know, Kenny Omega Ospreay? You know, I mean,
again, talk about strength of the division, especially in AEW. That I'm really enjoying the fact that you have so many guys that could be interchangeable, that, you know, any one of them holding the belt makes sense. You know, MJF right now makes sense that he holds the belt. Kenny Omega is champion. Absolutely makes sense. You know, look further down the line. Swerve getting another shot at the title makes sense. Ospreay getting a shot at the title makes sense. Kyle Fletcher, when he's healthy and returns, you know, all right.
Yeah, does he come back? Is he going to come back for the TNT? No, he might as well come back and be going for a bigger, you know, prize. I mean,
you know, I expect Kyle Fletcher to come back and say, "Look, I'm done with the lower titles. I'm coming after the AEW Heavyweight Championship. You know, I'm going for the big belt. Period. You know, nothing and accepting nothing else." So again, AEW has absolutely stacked the card. It's going to be a late night. Probably too late for me. I'll probably make it till about 10 o'clock or so. And then
drink a C4.
I got to get up in the morning, man. Got to go to work. But I'll catch the rest of it up on it because I'm definitely interested in seeing the main event, and whatever matches I don't stay awake for, I'm definitely going to be watching just because I want to see where they go. And again, we have the follow-up show Wednesday night on Dynamite to see the fallout. Which and just as a quick side note, I've been seeing a lot more things on the internet, and I really think it's going to happen that more and more, especially AEW wrestlers, especially Will Ospreay for that matter, most recent one I've seen, I'm not going to be surprised that come Mania week next year, if it's still in Saudi, but that's a political thing we won't get involved in. But if it is still in Saudi and everybody's headed over there, that AEW puts on some sort of biggest show somewhere here in the States and goes right up against WrestleMania with it. And I think they can absolutely pull it off. And I think it'll be very well received and viewed and attended. So that's something to look for. To me, that's something to look forward to.
So.
Something to look forward to.
No matter what, it's going to be cheaper than getting WrestleMania tickets.
Right.
Now, no matter how much they lower tickets for WrestleMania, it's still expensive. Right.
Well, we have a few minutes left so we can get everybody out of here, us included, to go watch either Collision or TNA Rebellion. And speaking of what I'm looking forward to this coming week is this.
Oh, yeah.
Always. GCW and the Palms present the annual Mania event of all events, The Collective.
This is the payoff. This is the payoff for your Triller Plus subscription. Yes. This is
everybody get ready to be sleep deprived.
Payoff for you.
This is this, and again, if you're not familiar with The Collective, you're an idiot. Number one, and you really need to correct that. But yes. They just find a way to make outstanding shows.
No.
You know, you have
and they encompass everything, bro. Everything.
Everything.
Big gay brunch. Effie's fine.
Effie's fine. Effie is fine.
Effie is fine. Big gay brunch. You got you got Bloodsport. You got GCW and all these other promotions, and then you got the other one too, which is another kind of collective going on.
Yes, Palm Slam Fest. And look at the lineup here. You have Tokyo Joshi Pro, House of Glory Wrestling, CMLL. Know that name. Maple Leaf Pro, which is Scott D'Amore's Canadian promotion, and Stardom, which is the Japanese premier women's promotion. I know Neil is going to be tuned into all this on Trailer Plus, especially the Tokyo Joshi Pro and Stardom.
Oh yeah, I know, really. And so you're probably gonna get a good mixture of AEW stars going over there too.
Sure, with CMLL,
with Hog, because I mean with Hog and all the other the Japanese ones.
Yeah, it was Stardom,
CMLL. I mean that's all AEW affiliation. And so you're gonna get. Just like with GCW, you get some WWE people crossing over. Well, GCW gets everybody really. So they know how to have a good relationship with all the bigger promotions. So
and I still don't know how he does it, but thank God he does, and hope he continues to do it. Man, shout out to fucking Josh Barnett, the War Master. WWE talent do not work anywhere else outside of WWE. Period. They don't. But they work Bloodsport. They're on Bloodsport, and I believe
it's certain ones too. It's your Natties. It's your Shayna Baszlers. It's your,
right. I believe Natty and Charlie Dempsey from the NXT are on this one coming up in Vegas. So if you're looking to say, see WWE talent outside of WWE, Bloodsport's are really the only place.
There's a couple of people in WWE that I like to see. I'd like to see Lola Vice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see her over there. I'd like to see. You just have so many. You have so many people.
It's crazy, man. Like I said, I'm not sure how he does it or how he was able to do it, but goddamn it, Josh, keep doing it. Just please keep doing it, because it's always, and especially the uniqueness of Bloodsport as a match and the way they wrestle, is always It's must watch.
Don't forget, if you're a Speedball Mike Bailey fan, you'll probably be able to see him at about 35 to 45 different shows in that 4-day span.
I saw
that guy is ubiquitous at these collective shows, right?
There was I saw something on the internet, so I can't say it's factual, but somebody had reported that there are approximately 45 different wrestling shows between Wednesday this coming week and Sunday. And Speedball Mike Bailey is on 41 of them. But
we joke, but the guy is when you hear somebody talking about a worker, this guy is
Speedball Mike Bailey
worker. And really his matches are so great.
Yeah.
It's not just crazy, tiny, flippy guy. It's some good shit, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a few minutes left, Mike, so let's wrap this up. Folks, like I said in the beginning, this is the biggest 8 days in all of professional wrestling. It's very important for everything in wrestling right now, from the biggest companies that we watch weekly to the smallest independents. This is everybody's biggest platform and biggest week to shine. The entire world, the eyes of the entire world are going to be on pro wrestling this week in Las Vegas. Man, if you're a fan, if you're a casual fan, and you can't find something in the literally dozens of different shows and events going on, man, time to watch golf.
Everything.
It's time for you to realize that you're not a wrestling fan and go watch golf.
There's death matches galore. There's friggin' catch can. There's friggin' it's just everything you want is there, no matter what kind of style or promotion or whatever. And support indie wrestling. Support these wrestlers. Shout out to our Gabby. Is going to be the first time at WrestleMania week, so she's going to be out there in Vegas. Come on.
And folks, if you're looking for something different, if you're looking for something that's not WWE or not AEW or TNA for that matter, man, get on Trailer Plus. Check out some of these other promotions, and some of these promotions we don't get to see here in the States often. Check out your Stardom. Check out your Tokyo Joshi Pro. Check out CMLL and Maple Leaf Pro. They have 2 different death matches shows on the Collective. They have a strictly lucha show on the Collective that is all just basically all Mexican luchadors and South American luchadors. There's literally something for everybody. And if you're not taking it back, and I get it, I'm on the East Coast and so is Mike.
Yeah.
We don't want to stay up till 3 a.m.
No.
But we're gonna. Yeah. We're absolutely gonna. I'm gonna stay up till midnight to watch Bloodsport. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it live, and I don't care if I have to take pound like 10 monsters to stay awake for it.
Here's some good news for Kenny Omega for tomorrow. I just saw Johnny Ace is on at Rebellion right now, so don't have to worry about getting a chunk bitten out of him tomorrow at Dynasty from Johnny Ace.
There you go.
So
all right, Mike. Let's get the folks out of here so we can start enjoying some of this wrestling tonight and going forward. So, where can the folks get you on
Mongrovian Mike? There you go. Right there.
That's it. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight and our very abbreviated yet action-packed preview of everything coming up. Enjoy wrestling, folks. It's all, that's the message. This is literally, if you're a fan of wrestling, this is our week. This is our 8 days that we can turn around.
Bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than the March Madness, crap, all this other stuff. Nothing.
I quote the famous State of the Union speech that Paul Heyman gave the night of, just before their very first pay-per-view, Barely Legal. It's our chance to say, fuck you, we're right. Fuck you, you're wrong. That's what it is for us wrestling fans, folks. So, for Mongrovian Mike, I am John in South Jersey. Thank you for joining us on the Nation's Corner, and we will see you all next week.